as the moon in the sky moves the sea. Love can cause the wars to cease. Love can move this world to peace. It's a tide that begins with you and me. Love can move the world as the sun in the sky moves the trees. Feel the wind of love increase as we move this world to peace. Come love the world with me. Love can move the world as the moon in the sky moves the sea. Love can cause the wars to cease. Love can move this world to peace. Come love the world with me. Love can move the world as the sun in the sky moves the trees. Feel the wind of love increase as we move this world to peace. Come love the world with me. Come love the world with me.
Thank you, Jean. That was beautiful, and we'll have more from Jean later. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We are the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. We teach the science of mind so that we can live better lives and we can all participate in a world that works for everyone. I am practitioner Marilyn O'Leary. Others helping today in service are on the tech team headed by Annette Martinez. We have Mike Hacker, Gwyneth Welch. We have Tamara. It's so wonderful. Williams, I think. It's great. And our greeters and ushers today are Carmela Herrera, Carol Helms, Doug Bowe, Linda Bowe, and Carol Ann Armijo. The bookstore is staffed by Marcia Lee Univer, and our musician today is Gene Corbin, who you already have a taste of his wonderful music, and we will hear more from him too. On High Watch, at home, and in the center, we have Julia Washington, Kathy Mathiasen, Teresa Greco, and Emeritus Practitioner Levader Jones, among other dedicated practitioners. And our invocation and benediction are offered by Practitioner Carol Helms. And our talk today is very, very special. It's delivered by Reverend Christine Green, who, along with Reverend Dr. Kathy Hearn, led us this weekend in our co-creation process, actually over the last 2 weekends, and some of you participated last weekend and some of you participated this weekend. And Reverend Christine will be concluding the formal part of the process this morning with a reading of the Sacred Covenant, and more about her in a few minutes. So please join us in reading our vision and mission statements. Vision, transforming our world with the power of love in action. And our mission, loving all creation through spiritual growth and service, always staying true to our highest self. And I now call Carol Helms to the podium to give the invocation.
Good morning, everybody. Is this not just the most beautiful morning so far of your life? I agree. I'm so blessed to be here. Join me now just in a Just a few seconds of silence to get centered. This morning there's this sense of new birth and rebirth right here in this room, in the form of a 13-day-old baby, and in the form of an 11-year-old center that's being reborn into what our next adventure, to what our next stage of living is. Birth is birth. It's excitement. It's new. As I drove in this morning, I challenged myself to get a little more open, a little more broader perspective of what is expected of me in life, what life has to offer. I know I am blessed. Join me as we dig deeper into who we are and what our contribution is to life itself, and to particularly the center, the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Right here, right now, I welcome the power and presence of spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, creative awakening, recognition of all that is awaiting us, all that is calling us, all that has tagged our curiosity, knowing it is unfolding, not after we leave here today, but right here, right now. And it's in our joining, in our openness to be one with this change that all unfolds in perfection without exception. So I bless this service today. I bless the sound and tech and video team. I bless my fellow ushers. I bless our greeters. I bless the people who keep this center running behind the scenes, the board's work, Carmela's work, CJ's work, and those that I've left out, I apologize, but you are indeed needed and appreciated. I appreciate the incredible music we've already heard and cannot wait to hear more from our guest singer, Jean. Thank you. I bless the sacred covenant that is hovering over us right this moment, longing to enter our hearts as much as we're longing to welcome into our hearts. And so with this joyous, open acceptance, I simply say, and so it is.
Thank you, Carol. Our spiritual reading today is from The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, and it's about oneness. Nothing could give form to a formless stuff which has no mind of its own, but some intelligence operating through it. Here then we come back to the Word as the starting point of all creation, God's Word in the great creation, the great world, and man's word in the small world. One spirit, one mind, one substance. One law, but many ideas. One power, but many ways of using it. One God in whom we all live, and one law which we all use. One. No greater unity could be conceived than that which is already given. And our talk today, I think I did tell you, is given by Reverend Christine. But now it's time for our special music from our musician, Jean Corbin. Jean is an actor, singer, songwriter, and guitar player, and he's been around Albuquerque for a long time, and he has a lot to bring to us. We're very lucky to have him today. Jean.
Aren't you sweet? Our sound guy's correcting that little whistle there going on. But we shall push forward. Listen closely to your dreams while you're lying in your bed. When the dawn calls upon you, you take them in your head. In your head. You look straight and without judgment in the eyes of everyone. For some there may be an open hand, from others you may run. Oh, you may run. Ah, but fare you well, wherever you may fare, and may fortune smile on you and keep you from all cares. Take your broken heart and mend it, take your mind and set it free. Open up your soul like sails unfurled upon the sea. Touch the earth in all its beauty, touch the sky and all its lights. Trust your feet to get you there, trust your soul to do it right. Do it right. And fare you well, wherever you may fare, and may fortune smile on you and keep you from all cares. Touch the earth in all its beauty, touch the sky and all its lights. Trust your feet to get you there, trust your soul to do it right. To do it right.
Thank you, Jean. That was absolutely wonderful. It is my pleasure today to introduce our speaker, Reverend Christine Green, who has been facilitating us the past 2 weekends in our co-creation process to find our new minister. Reverend Christine has a background in business, education, and spiritual studies. She's served in leadership roles in ministries in California and Oregon. She has a master's in religious studies and has developed a number of teleseminars, workshops, and retreats, providing participants with tools and practice to expand their awareness and to overcome life's obstacles. She has written 3 books: Authentic Spirituality, A Woman's Guide to Living an Empowered Life; Anatomy of Caring, Insights on Faith for a Caregiver and Patient; and A Caregiver's Journal. Christine lives in Lake Oswego, Oregon, and enjoys hiking, travel, photography, and cleaning out closets. Christine's talk today is titled Honor the Mystery, Embrace the Change. And I want to just say before she starts that the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living is in a powerful and exciting time as our new senior minister is being welcomed into the life and love of this center. The co-creation process and the sacred covenant created from it have established a new mental equivalent and set in motion the mystery of change. The opportunity is for all members to open their hearts, to be fertile soil, and to accept and embrace the good of a new experience, of a new minister, and this is what Reverend Christine will be talking about today. So I give to you Reverend Christine Green.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Marilyn, for that, and thank you for being here today. Thank you, Carol, for that beautiful invocation about newness. I feel your energy. I wish I could be there with you in person. I feel your energy, the newness of today, the newness with the new baby at the center, the newness of being back at the center, and your co-creation covenant. It's just an exciting day. And Jean, your music has such a powerful vibration. Thank you all, and thank you everyone that makes this possible. It's quite something to be back in person. And again, I wish I could be there with you, but I'm grateful for technology, so grateful for technology and for your amazing tech team so that I could be here with you today. I'm speaking on behalf of Dr. Kathy Hearn and myself. We're so grateful for the opportunity to co-facilitate the new minister co-creation process the last 2 weekends. It was a joy to watch your community come together and do the deep and important work to set the consciousness of your new minister. And so I just wanted to thank you. Thank you to the Rio Grande CSL community, to the ministers, practitioners, to the board of trustees, and to the co-creation committee. And I'm most grateful, Dr. Kathy and I are most grateful to Marilyn O'Leary and Maria Dion for the invitation to facilitate this process and for your clear organization and your leadership around this. It was really a blessing. And facilitating, let me just say, facilitating on Zoom has challenges of its own, right? And we're so grateful to Annette Martinez for supporting us with Zoom technology. Thank you to Julia Washington, to Kathy Mathiasen, and Levator Jones for their beautiful prayer support in our sessions. Every one of you contributed to this process with your intention and your prayers. And so my intention today is to share about the experience and to reflect where you are now in this process and what is yours to do. So on Friday night, July 9th, 25 congregants came together to participate in the first part of the process and explore the principles of co-creation. And so there were 2 main themes in this process, in this first night: the power of group agreement and to have a new experience, to have a new realization. As we began to do the work of the co-creation process, we honored the understanding that within us, we carry a minister. And it is formed out of past experiences. There are pluses and minuses. We tend to outpicture the experience we had before. We see a new minister through the filter of our former beliefs. And sometimes we tend to project those beliefs to any minister that comes into our space. And we recreate those old experiences over and over again. One of the processes we did was an upgrade process. And the participants went within to think about experiences that they had in the past and associations they had with ministers. The upgrade process allowed us to come together with an up-leveled idea. And in doing that, we were able to acknowledge and bless all the ministers that served this community. We did the healing work of the fear to faith process to understand the experience of the past and to bring something new forward, to bring the newness forward. This was a very important healing process, and it has established the foundation of the co-creation. It established a foundation for the co-creation team that met the following weekend. And that team met Friday night and all day Saturday. And I want to acknowledge these members that dedicated their time, their energy, their consciousness, their willingness. Mark Ayers, Brett Beatty, Lou Similori, Maria Dion, Christine Duval, Greg Gardner, Teresa Greco, Carmela Herrera, Marilyn Kirk, CJ Barclay, Marilyn O'Leary, and Rebecca Taylor. My apologies if I mispronounced anyone's name. But this group worked together on your behalf. They were invited to be part of this team because they represent different segments of your community, and they were committed to stay and do the work that was needed. Dr. Kathy and I were moved by their commitment and their willingness. And so what was revealed out of our work together was a sacred covenant. And this is not a wish list for a new minister. It is a list of spiritual attributes, which are really about a spiritual vision for your new minister. What is crucial is that we have to embody and realize within us the qualities we want, that we want to experience for a new minister. We have to realize and experience that within us. It's important for us to acknowledge and embody that in ourselves, what we want to bring forward. And so your group of 12 did deep healing work to bring forth the sacred covenant. And we're going to read that in just a moment. The idea behind it is being that we attract what is like our thought. The group worked very committedly on your behalf. This is a powerful and important time in the life of your community to welcome your new minister. We acknowledged everyone in every way who serves this community and who has served this community. Each one has played a part to bring you individually and collectively to this sacred moment. We are here to welcome newness. The sacred covenant is intended to create within you the experience of your new minister that will help call that person to you. You'll notice that some of the statements are written in first person as I am statements. What is really important for you to embrace and embody that which you wish to attract. That's important by having the I am statements, that we embody that which we wish to attract. This is pure science of mind, right? We have to have the mental equivalent inside of us in order to attract what is like our thought. This is a very mature experience. I think often what we want to do is to fill out an order form to the universe and say, please provide this person just the way I want this person to be, right? But it's much deeper than that. We're working on a much deeper level in this process. This is about you, each one of us, becoming that which you would like to have in your new minister. Only what we experience on the inside is what we manifest on the outside. We say truth known is demonstrated. So the covenant we are about to read declares how you see your experience of a new minister unfolding in time and space. In other words, how Spirit is going to move through you to call into the space the new minister who will love you and serve you and support you in your divine unfoldment. So I invite you, wherever you are, to please stand, and the sacred covenant will appear. I believe it will appear on the screen, and we'll have an opportunity to read this together. There is only one life. This life is good. This life is God. This life is my life now. In knowing that I am one with this life that is God, I therefore know that I am one with all of its blessed expressions, which includes the presence of a new minister for my beloved spiritual community. Because I know that the highest purpose of my new minister is to glorify God, I therefore know that my new minister is a revelation of God as unity. I further know that my new minister is the fulfillment of that which has been promised by God, for it is written, "So powerful is the light of unity that it can illuminate the whole earth." As I stand in agreement with my beloved community, I see my new minister revealed before me as unifying and growing our community. I now intend to express my new minister in full cooperation and agreement with my community, knowing this truth about myself, for I am inspired to live in unity as the expression of wholeness and love. I am encouraging and supporting spiritual growth, awakening the wisdom within me. I am serving as a healer to all, applying the power of love, wisdom, and unity. I am generating engagement of the community in mystical studies and spiritual teachings. I am collaborating with community organizations working in service of a world that works for everyone. As I now accept the highest expression of a new minister into my life, I know that they will be revealed in a way that will glorify God and serve the highest and greatest good of all who are touched by their presence. I am grateful. God is gracious. So be it now. Amen. Let's just breathe into this moment and take all that in. Take a deep cleansing breath. And so it is. Such a powerful prayer that you created together. You have just spoken your new minister into being. You are formally in a time of change. You have been in a time of change, but now it kicks up a notch. So I have 3 invitations for you. The first is to come into agreement with each other around this sacred covenant. The sacred means holy, and covenant means agreement. Let me say that again. Sacred means holy, and covenant means agreement. Allow yourself to align with the words that were spoken here. Let your heart say yes. In the copy that you receive in person or that you're able to download, there is a space for you to fill out 2 of your own personal intentions. Write them as an I am affirmation. It's done in that form because it is important for you to affirm for yourself that which you wish to experience. The sacred covenant reads as an I am statement. So as you begin to embody these statements, that you know it's not about ordering a minister who will do anything you want them to do. It's about co-creating a new experience. This is a very different experience than most people expect it to be. It's very deep and very spiritually based. Every moment of this process was surrendered to Spirit for the highest and greatest good. So you are invited to come into agreement and read this every day. Post this somewhere where you can see it. Say yes. As a group, you will speak it together in group mind, and that's when things begin to happen. You know, it's very easy during this time of change for people to pull in different directions. And this is a great opportunity to stand together around a greater good that you are accepting. So the first invitation is to come into agreement with each other around the covenant. The second is to honor the mystery of this process. You are not where you were, and you are not where you are going to be. It is not how it was, and it isn't yet how it is going to be. Dr. Kathy has a great phrase for this. She calls it being planted firmly in midair. Can't you just feel that? It's a little like a free float, yet it's the firmness and faith that is under you. You are standing in deep faith. You are in a process that leads to the revelation of your new minister. In reading this covenant, there is an energy and a message and a vibration that goes out. Somewhere, there is a minister receiving this information and this inspiration, that they're receiving the inspiration that, you know what, it's time for a change. It's time to step into something new. It is a mysterious and mystical process, all about oneness across time and space. You will be calling in this new minister, the right one that is for you. All there is to do is to float with the mystery of the moment. Enjoy the feeling. Take one step at a time. That's all you can do, is take the step that you are on. Our human personality wants to see what is ahead. Don't you feel that? We want to see what's ahead. But we can only take the step that we're on. The Sacred Covenant is that guide. And every time you read it, your heart says yes. Add in your own personal attention so it's personalized for you. That will bring and attract that perfect person for you. I hope you will embrace the words of beloved teacher Emma Curtis Hopkins. She says, "There is good for me and I ought to have it." Let's expand that idea and know there is good for us and we ought to have it. Can you say that with me? There is good for us and we ought to have it. Again, there is good for us and we ought to have it. And the third part of the invitation is to embrace the change, to let change in. Change is always happening. But here's the thing, we are very clever beings. We have interesting ways to resist the change that we know is going to happen anyhow. I realized several years ago that I love change, but I don't want anything to be any different. Can you relate to that? I want change, but I don't want it to be any different. Sometimes we like the concept of change rather than the reality. But everything is always in a state of change. We're energy. It's always changing. And it's important for us to let that in, to open our hearts and our minds to newness and change and allow it to happen. See yourself and your experience as an open place to receive newness. See within yourself this open place in your heart that is receiving the good of a new minister coming across time and space to love and to serve you. And so we know in order to embrace change, we have to be open and receptive. And it reminds me of this Zen story from the East. A student came to visit a famous Zen master, and the master began to make tea. They sat at a tea table, and the master boiled the water and put the tea in the cups, and the student began to talk and talk and talk and talk some more. All the while, the master was busy preparing the tea and setting the table. When the water was ready, the student was still talking, and the master began to pour the water into the teacup. And he poured in this little teacup, and he kept pouring and pouring. And now the water was overflowing. The student, who never stopped talking, suddenly realized what was happening and jumped up and said, "What are you doing? The cup is full and you're still pouring. It's overflowing." And the master said, "How do you expect me to teach you something new when your mind is already filled with what you think you know?" That's our teaching. How open are we? How open are our minds and hearts for this change that wants to happen? Newness wants to take root here. What I know is that this is a deeply loving and caring community with a huge sense of compassion. You have a commitment to living a spiritually based life. Now, with your sacred covenant, you have a roadmap to the newness of your intention and to the ability to empty your cup and let the newness in. Being open and receptive to all that Spirit has to offer. So here are the next steps for your community. The selection committee is in the process of creating a candidating packet with all the important information. This information will go to CSL and be published on the website. This is where ministers go to apply. Your sacred covenant will be there, and people will read it. Your committee will vet them and invite those in that they think will meet your sacred covenant and be excellent for your community. They will be invited to speak and perhaps do a workshop. Soon, your new minister will be here. This is your opportunity to trust the process. In the meantime, read your sacred covenant on a daily basis. Every time you read it, let your heart say yes. You will be deepening in the consciousness to call forward this minister who is in alignment with all the things that you stated in your covenant. The opportunities here are really quite wonderful. Your opportunity is to open your mind and heart and do your consciousness work. Keep your eyes on the good that you've claimed. So let's take all of this into prayer. I invite you to take a breath. So what I know is that there is only one life, that this life is good, this life is God, and this is the life of each one of us here. And this is the life of the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. What I know and accept is that across time and space, the message has gone out by the reading of this sacred covenant. There is a light and an energy, and ministers are getting the inspiration to step forward and to submit their application. This is a process mediated by Spirit for the highest and greatest good. I accept for each one of us here the profound trust that spirit is in action. The past is gone. The past experiences are released, and what we embrace is newness. Right now, we are standing in the openness of this present moment, ready to receive newness. There is newness for each one individually and collectively. I give thanks for this recognition, seeing that it's already done for the highest and greatest good. There is great celebration for the new minister at Rio Grande CSL. We are so grateful for this process. We're so grateful for this unfoldment. We're so grateful for all that has been healed and all that is about to come forward. With deep gratitude and love, I give thanks for this good, and together we proclaim, and so it is. Blessings to you.
Wonderful and heartfelt. And I know your talk blessed all of us. Thank you so, so much. And Reverend Christine talked about copies of our Sacred Covenant. They are available to you today. As you leave, you'll be able to get a copy. And I think we'd like to put that also on the website. I'm sure we can do that. So we're going to put it on the website for you. And if anyone has any questions about it, call me or call Maria or anyone else who was one of our wonderful group that worked on this. So with that, now is our time to share our abundance. Isn't that wonderful? There are multiple ways to give, and they're scrolling across the bottom of the screen. They're very easy. Some of them are very easy. A lot of them, most of them are easy. So please give abundantly, and you will share abundantly. Your offerings are essential to us, to our ministries, and we are sincerely grateful for all that you can share. Here we go. The affirmation of abundance. I am abundant, and I give from my abundance. I am prosperous, and I give from my prosperity. I am blessed, and I give from my blessings. My blessings of spirit are as abundant as the stars, and so I give and receive generously, and so it is. And thank you for that. And if you're here and you have something to give in person, the baskets are right here. Please just walk up as we have our music and give that to us, okay? Thank you so much. And now we have another wonderful song from Jean Corbin. Jean.
Somebody asked that second song I did, I wrote. Just saying. When you still your mind, you can feel your heartbeat, and with every beat, you can hear yourself breathe, and with every breath, you draw closer to the depth of the spirit that set you free. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am. Here where the flame never flickers, never fails, where there is no need for a wind in your sail. You are the sea, you are the sky, you are the shore, for now and forevermore. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am. Let the light shine in, let your light shine there's a doubt, let your light shine out. Let the light shine in, and know life without beginning, and love without end. When you still your mind, you can feel your heart beat, and with every beat, you can hear yourself breathe, and with every breath, you draw closer to the depth of the spirit that sets you free. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am. Thank you.
Thank you, Jean. What a perfect, perfect song. And now will you please close your eyes and bless with me the gifts that have been given. We bless these contributions that make it possible for us to fulfill our ministry, a world that works for everyone. We honor each gift and giver and declare that their abundance is increased 1,000-fold. Amen. We have flowers for new people. Is that right? Oh, they're in the back. Okay, all right. We are so happy to welcome visitors to our center. So if you're here for the first time, we invite you to see Carol Armijo, which is the beautiful woman at the back, holding those gorgeous sunflowers. So if you go back there and tell her you're new, you will probably get a flower. They're gorgeous. Thank you. And also, I want to remind you that our licensed practitioners are ready to support you with a mini prayer after the treatment, the service today. So they're wearing purple stoles like this. Some of them are not wearing purple stoles. If they're sitting back there and they look kind of practitioner-y, you can ask them if they'll do a prayer for you. And we invite you to pray with one of them. We love to pray with you, and we love it raises our consciousness to help you raise your consciousness. So please do that. And now we have time for some announcements with Mark Ayers. Mark.
So Norm is gone the next 2 weeks, so sadly there's going to be no charades. So we wanted to remind you, save the date. In 2 weeks, we're going to be having our midterm town hall meeting. We're going to let you know where we are financially and what we're doing around that. And you'll also hear from our Minister Search Committee, and they'll be giving you more specifics about where we're headed. The second and fourth Wednesdays of every month, we have our Celebration of Life Grief Support Group facilitated by Kathy Messiasen, and that's to support participants through their personal loss and the grief attached to that experience. If you haven't seen those ladies in the social hall trying to get you to bring them school supplies and personal items for the Mary Binford Elementary School, you're missing out. So let's remember that. It goes till August 8th, and let's support them. In a couple weeks, we're going to be having the second gathering of a group called Gather. It's our newest opportunity to come together, facilitated by Yvette Trujillo this month. It's on July 30th at 11 a.m. right here in the center. So come on down for that. I'm going to be there for that. Pride Fest, yes, it's coming. It was postponed a little bit, but it's in August, and RGCSL always has a presence there and participates in the march. And so that's going to be this year on Saturday, August 21st, and starting next week, we'll have the ability for you to be able to sign up to participate in that. And Carol Armijo, you can see for two things. One, she is the head of our social hall Snack Angels, and she's also getting contributions for our upcoming cookbook. So if you have either of those or interest, especially in the social hall, bringing snacks and helping set up cleanup, that's all good. And you'll make Marshall really happy in the bookstore if you go there today after service, because you get a 30% discount. Now, while I don't have charades, I do have flowers. And so Norm never brings flowers. I'm a much softer, kinder, nicer guy. So, Carol, would you want to bring those up here? Yeah, we won't jump on the stage too much. Okay. So we want to take a moment to thank 3 people. And that's the best part of being co-president with Carol, is being able to express gratitude for the service people do. So, Marilyn, you're already here, but I need you to come on over here. And, oh, Maria, hi, I spent all weekend with you. I hope your husband doesn't mind. Okay, come on up here. That was an amazing process. And we want to, on behalf of the congregation, Carol and I as co-presidents want to thank the 2 of you. Well, you're not done yet, but we want to thank you for the leadership and making the process that the 12 of us were part of this weekend happen. We are deeply, deeply grateful to you for doing that. So it's our moment to say thank you. And just wait, because one more person. And Annette, I'm getting tired of getting flowers for you, but we just have to keep on saying thanks to you for. She DJ'd a week ago. Get up here. Don't make us wait. She DJ'd for us a week ago Friday, and she did the entire facilitated technically the entire weekend, and had to sit back because she had so much she wanted to say, and she just technologically made it come off beautifully. All right, thank you very much. There'll be a very special person here in place of Norn next week.
Thank you, Mark, and we're going to end with our benediction. Carol is Master of All today, and she's going to do our benediction for us.
Sometimes you just hate to see this end, right? I have this feeling I just don't want to let go of you today, so I won't. I'm taking you with me in our new unity and our new commitment to that. I say thank you. And as I say thank you, I want to pause. You fill in the blank of your name, because that's how I feel. I thank each and every one of you. I thank God. I thank Spirit for this occasion, for the glorious unity that we have sensed, not just heard, that we feel running in, as, for, and through each of us, all of us, as us, forever unfolding in perfection. It doesn't stop here. It continues to unfold. And for that, I am incredibly grateful. I'm incredibly grateful for the co-creation process and all who were involved in it. And that means all of us, whether we were in a room or a session, we are one. We are all a part of this. I join you right here, right now, in saying, yes, God. Yes. And so it is.
Thank you. Jean's going to play a final song for us, and then please join us in the social hall for coffee. Thank you. Thanks, Jean.
Well, I was going back and forth about what to do to end the day, and giving it, I realized, way too much thought. You ever do that? You know, it's a simple thing. Just figure out what you want to, and then go do it. And I was just going back and forth, and then I remembered the mentioning of you can take music from any genre, any venue that you want, you know, to bring to here. I wrote 2 of the songs you heard today, and one of the other ones, the first one I sang, I can't remember, it was back in when I was learning a lot of Karen Drucker songs, and I keep thinking maybe that was hers, but I'm not sure. And so it came to the final one to say, you know, everybody's getting ready to go and yakety yak a little bit and take all of this with you so that your week is better. And yeah, you can feel the Reverend coming already. There's some kind of connection being made. That's very obvious. I had the thought that it was 2. That's I don't know why. I'm sorry if I influenced anything wrongly by saying that out loud. I just had that picture anyway. So after getting rid of lots of thought, which wasn't getting me anywhere, I came to here. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails